A strange thing is happening to a lot of people in their 20s and 30s. They're earning more money than their parents ever did. Better salaries, better degrees, better job titles, and yet they still feel broke. Not poor, exactly, but financially tense. Like there's always just enough money to get through the month, and nothing more. So the real question isn't, why aren't people earning enough? The question is, why does a higher income no longer feel like financial progress? Imagine someone named Alex. Alex is 29, lives in a mid-sized American city, and works in marketing. His salary is $75,000 a year. On paper, that sounds pretty solid. But after federal and state taxes, health insurance, and retirement deductions, his take-home pay is closer to $4,400 a month. Now let's look at where that money goes. Rent for a one-bedroom apartment, $1,750. Car payment, $420. Car insurance and gas, about $250. Student loan payment, $350. Groceries and basic living costs, roughly $450. Phones, subscriptions, and internet, $160. Credit card payments from past spending, $300. Before Alex even thinks about saving money, about $3,680 is already gone, which leaves around $700 for everything else. Unexpected expenses, going out with friends, travel, clothes, placing a broken laptop. Suddenly, that $75,000 salary doesn't feel very large, and Alex isn't unusual. This is becoming a very normal financial situation across the United States and Europe. People are earning more than previous generations, but they're also spending inside a completely different financial system. Here's the hidden shift that many people don't notice. In your parents' generation, higher income often meant more stability. Today, higher income often leads to higher financial commitments. A slightly better job usually leads to a slightly nicer apartment. A slightly nicer apartment often leads to a slightly newer car. A slightly newer car leads to a monthly payment. Then comes subscriptions, upgraded phones, better vacations, and lifestyle expectations that slowly expand. None of these decisions feel irresponsible on their own. Together, they quietly reshape your financial life. Let's do a simple piece of math. Imagine someone increases their salary by $15,000 a year. After taxes, that might add around $800 per month to their take-home pay. Now look at how easily that disappears. Moving to a nicer apartment might cost $400 more per month. Upgrading to a newer car might add $350 per month. And suddenly, the entire raise is gone. The person is technically earning more, but financially, nothing changed. In some cases, they actually became more fragile because higher fixed expenses make every month less flexible. But this isn't just a math problem. It's also a psychological one. Humans are extremely sensitive to status and belonging. We naturally compare our lives to the people around us. If coworkers drive newer cars, if friends take expensive vacations, if social media constantly shows upgraded lifestyles, then maintaining a simpler lifestyle starts to feel like falling behind, even if that simpler lifestyle is actually the smarter financial decision. This pressure isn't always obvious, but it quietly influences thousands of small decisions: where we live, what we drive, how we celebrate, what we feel we deserve after working hard. Over time, these choices create financial patterns. Income goes up, but fixed expenses rise alongside it. Savings stay small, debt lingers, and despite earning more than the previous generation, the feeling of financial security never quite arrives. Now compare that to how financially disciplined people often think. When their income increases, their first instinct isn't always to upgrade their lifestyle. Sometimes they deliberately keep their living costs almost the same, not because they're trying to be extreme or frugal, but because they understand something simple. The gap between income and spending is where financial stability actually comes from, not from income alone. Two people earning the same salary can live completely different financial lives. One upgrades their lifestyle every few years. The other allows their savings and investments to grow quietly in the background. 10 years later, difference between those two choices can be enormous, not because one person earned dramatically more, but because one person protected their financial margin. And that's the part many people miss. Feeling broke isn't always about earning too little. Sometimes it's about how modern life quietly expands to absorb every dollar we make. Higher salaries can improve life, only expending grows slower than income. Otherwise, feeling of being stuck financially can follow you at almost any salary level. If this video made you think a little differently about money and lifestyle,